Hello, welcome to Play It Forward. I'm Zahn, the daddy dev, short my wingman, Swenny, because of conference conference schedules and or drinking. Sorry, guys. Anywho, I just want to kind of bring this up as this has kind of popped up in the news and this affects us all. So as you can see here, I'm on Chrome and my Netflix isn't working. And I know you're thinking, well, what does Netflix have to do in Chrome with game design? Trust me, I'll kind of make it related. Anyway, this kind of brings to a larger, quote unquote, maybe you call it a conspiracy, but it's really not. It's simply this. Interestingly enough, right now, Microsoft Edge will play Netflix videos, which I'm now using Edge, and Google won't. Google Chrome won't without trying to adjust it. And I've tried to fix it, it just won't. So how does this relate to a massive change that's going to happen in the internet that's going to affect us all? Simple. Right now, Google, ironically, working with Microsoft and Netflix, these three people together are developing DRM with the W3C. And the W3C, even though it's got a trademark, they're basically I believe, an organization, don't know if they're nonprofit, and they control how our computers talk to each other, how our HTML5 knows what an image is, IMG, what's a JPEG standard read on the internet. They really have a big control over the standards of how computers talk to each other, how our phones talk to each other, how all our devices work. And right now, because of these three major influences in the W3C, they're really pushing to have DRM in your browser, like automatically. DRM throughout the world. So this is kind of big. So I don't know how you feel about DRM in general, digital rights management, but a lot of gamers don't like this because it just prevents people from playing certain games. Not necessarily pirating, but just getting games to work, especially if you're going between countries. So right now, this encrypted browser software, because it wouldn't be really software. It's actually code. I should say this encrypted browser code could create a backdoor for people to hack your browser, ironically. So right now, if the good news, I guess, is if it's only limited to the browser, that would only affect access to your email, banking, watching movies, because that's important, GPS on your phone, right, or any app that's on your phone, even your banking on your phone, right, because HTML5 runs through your phone as well, and it may not be secure. And more importantly, security experts cannot legally show it's not working under U.S. federal law. So it really hurts U.S. developers as far as trying to fix any problems that they see. Again, it's really sad, but we're all being baited to go along with this because of video. That's important, and I for myself could be hypocritical in the stance that I actually used Microsoft Edge to watch video, and this is why Google is really into this, because this could affect the browser war that ironically they have with Microsoft, as they're kind of battling out behind the scenes on our computers and our devices. So right now, governments would definitely be happy because they could spy on us. I mean, this would leave a backdoor under the stuff that Snowden had shown. This would totally leave a backdoor for governments. But now, if you're in America and you're happy that Americans can go watch other Americans, that'd be great if it was just the United States government. But we're talking like people in North Korea, because they're always a good bad guy to go to, could totally hack our phones and our devices, and North Korea could just have fun with this. Is it hard? Potentially, but it would be accessible, and that is a fear of a lot of programmers or developers against this move. Criminals, ironically, would be doing a lawful thing in the United States by not showing that they can hack into all our devices through our browsers under this new standard. That's the irony, is criminals would be not breaking one law in order to basically go and get access to all our stuff. And then big business would be happy because the average consumer, I'm pretty average. I might be a little bit more savvy, but I'm not that savvy. Basically, most people out of convenience wouldn't want to screw with this stuff anyway. They don't even know about it anyway, so big business would be happy. Again, I want my videos. Everyone wants their videos. And as we look at this, for HTML5 game developers, and I think just game developers in general. This may make cloud development a little more risky, as people may be able to steal content before it's published. Slippery slope, that's already kind of an issue. Ironically, if I listen to my sources right, ironically, this already happened with cloud computing, and one of the guys from Russia who showed it at a conference, ironically got arrested then and there and put in prison for a little bit until he got out and released, because he was a security expert from another country trying to show the U.S. There was a hole in their security with cloud computing, even though we were guaranteed that it was like it was okay and it was secure. So note, right? This would then happen on a global scale if the W3C makes that decision, and that could affect game developers. I know, slippery slope. Sorry. Anyway, however, this also may mean better protection for game developers and their content. I say that it might because really, if you're an indie, this is not something that matters to you as much as if you are EA or someone who is the target of hackers and stuff like that. Those are the ones who would really benefit from this the most. And then historically, DRM has not worked. So, but maybe it will this time. Again, DRM's been out, but game sales are still pretty good. You can look if you look enough on the internet for certain sources and sites, DRM has failed, but the industry has grown. AAA has been doing relatively okay. Better than okay. Certain titles fail, yeah. Other titles are more successful, but again, DRM has just not worked. And then this is another kind of, again, now this is conspiracy because it's totally slippery slope. Who knows if this leads to this? But we're talking about, ideally, it's like if you'd have to have like an Apple. We'll just take Apple because, again, they're a good go-to bad guy, quote unquote, for this type of stuff. Even though I love Apple personally, I do have Apple products. I don't agree with everything, but anyway, case in point, imagine where you'd have to buy an Apple TV and then connect to an Apple screen to get an approved connection, an approved player to get approved content. It'd be basically like changing the internet from what it's kind of been to a console system, right? Where you have to get your Xbox Live or whatever. And I know that big business would be happy about that, but for technology and the growth of the internet, that is kind of a scary situation. And as for the consumer, it would make it maybe more convenient for them. But for the developer, it would also mean there's more gatekeepers. So however you stand on this, April 1st, 2017 is the vote. And let me show you the site you can go to. You can check out the www.w3.org. There's plenty of people here you could try to contact. I don't mean to blow up their emails, but since we only have 10 subs, I love all my 10 subscribers and maybe 300 plus people on our Facebook group that would care about this. I don't think it'd blow it up, but you could potentially affect this vote, which ironically is not by a government, not by politicians, love them or hate them, or it's just a bunch of people that are determined to help define what the internet is and how our computers talk to each other. And that's kind of scary, right? It affects the world, and it's a certain set of people that get to make this decision. Now, the thing is that, again, I'm not really a journalist, but the journalists that I did listen to on this lovely podcast, they really got more into it. Not everyone is for this in the W3C, so this could help sway the vote back and forth by April 1st this year. I believe that's the date I have. And again, if you look this up, it does get complicated. There are people that think it's a good thing, and it is a good thing, again, more for the consumer maybe, but again, for content creators, which falls under game developers, so forth and so on, this could create more barriers for us to create content to connect to other people. This has been a debate that's been going on since, I don't know, since 2007. Who knows? A long time. Anyway, as always, play it forward. Like, subscribe, hit that bell. I deleted the graphic in haste. Next time, oh sweet God, Swenny and I have to do the Testing Grounds Newgrounds episode, and I want to share some lovely comments from our group. Unless those people give me, to be polite, unless they give me permission, I won't disclose their names, but there have been some really good discussions, I feel, about Newgrounds and what that means today for players and game developers. And also, again, I like to endorse this game, Utopia 9. It's a game that Swenny's working on. to give him the street credit he deserves. And the thing is that he's a marketer of integrity. So he only picks and chooses games that are worth being picked. And I played this game again. I got it for free, but playing the game, it is a quality game. If you like FTL, Nuclear Throne, roguelites, it is a wonderful game. And I do recommend that people check it out. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So that's all it is. I'm gonna try not to edit this much. I know this this is a thing, and I'd like to say, as always, play it